Hey, my name is Zach, and this is Decentral Spirit. So, I have this video idea I want to share about. So, I'm thinking about how the volatility of the market is just unpredictable. And I think the bigger picture is that it doesn't matter. So, let me explain. You have a whole big market. Let's get real simple here. There's a big market out there. There's a lot of things happening in this crypto market. Why does this crypto market exist? Well, there's a number of reasons. People want to store value, they want to make money, they use the technology. And I think the third one, using the technology, is the most important parameter of all of these things to understand and consider when you're thinking about crypto as a whole, this asset, this investment, this possibility, and this narrative that we become enrolled in and we believe in when we adopt the Bitcoin network and a Bitcoin standard in our lives. And not that I have done that, and I know I'm moving closer to that, but I'm finding that there's so much about all of the crypto media, because I'm binging crypto videos and content and information and reading documents and websites, etc., about projects and trying to learn as much as I can. It's just exhausting. You get into the 20th Telegram and the 50th Discord for another NFT project and you're just burnt out. This is my experience. So I'm taking a much more hands-off, step-back way. I also got liquidated in this big, flush out of longs, which my fault. But, another side context of why I'm taking a bit of a break from actually trading, but also to look back and consider why I'm doing this, why I'm in the market, and what I'm making of it. Because at the end of the day, our life is what we make of it. But really, I think we need to get into these fundamental understandings of why are we choosing to participate in this market. Did we get talked into it by a friend and we're just following? That's okay. Did we catch a glimpse of an imagination of how these things can be used, and that's why we believe now, and that's why we're in? Did we exercise and experience a positive use case from the technology? Like in the example, a use case of somebody in a refugee situation unable to store their funds so that they keep a Bitcoin password in their head and nobody can confiscate it. So, understanding the why of what you're doing in the market, and then understand or pick your plan. So, depending on your risk level, risk tolerance, young people can take on way more risk. Older people don't want to take risk, because somebody in their 70s or 60s who loses half of their money by gambling on crypto, because when you throw in half your money, you're gambling and you're speculating. When you consciously, gradually over time, put in an allocation and consciously want to hold it for a long period of time, that's investing. So, knowing, okay, so I'll give out an example case. 32-year-old tech-savvy person who wants to invest, right? And who understands the technology and is willing to go through the learning pains and growing pains of these new infrastructures and systems for that potential asymmetric upside of great gains, because I believed in and interacted with the project early. And just interacting with things early, I think, is just a great strategy, right? Because if you're interacting with DEXs or exchanges, if you used Uniswap before 2019 December, then you got a 400 token airdrop. Or if you used 1inch, or had certain trading volumes on DYDX, or the list goes on. But those are just some of the big ones that come to mind of big airdrops that happen and ways to make money. But identify your plan so that you know why you're doing what you're doing, and then you won't worry about the confusion, the concerns. Oh no, the market went down, or oh crap, the market went up. There needs to be an action connected with your decision. So, okay, if you're a more conservative investor, you might have sold most of or some of your Bitcoin holdings when it started to get close to 70K. Valid. And if you did that, and held it for a little while, you could buy back in at a profit and accumulate more Bitcoin. That's a strategy. In terms of your strategy, or like why you're here, are you trying to accumulate US dollars or are you trying to accumulate Bitcoin? That's a big valid thing. Most people, I say 95%, 99% of people, they're trying to get dollars. I'm trying to get Bitcoin because I believe it's going to be an investable asset that'll go for the long term. It's my personal opinion. And I think that being clear on what you're going for is really important, because you'll be trading like everything against Bitcoin or everything against Ethereum and then Ethereum against Bitcoin, instead of being concerned at all with the US dollar amount. So as long as your Satoshis are going up in your account, you might consider that as like a win. If you're this crypto bullish, big on the technology, you're probably more in the Bitcoin maximalist camp. Like I'm probably like 70% maxi, but 30% I'm into like cryptos and alts. But generally only for the purpose of accumulating more Bitcoin am I trading these altcoins. So, in terms of my own strategy, it's like I'll speculate on alts, take my, it'll double or triple, and then I'll take my initial plus a little bit usually, and then I'll put that a little bit into Bitcoin, a little bit into ETH, and maybe I'll just like spend some and take profits and pay myself, right? But these are some of the ideas, and I think a lot of the why that you need to be considering as a participant, because if you hold any Bitcoin, you're a participant, and if you don't have a plan, your plan is to fail. Because when the time comes and you let Bitcoin pass your price target and you don't take an action in alignment with your plan, then you're failing. You're failing to plan, and you're planning to fail, basically. So, the catchy saying is plan your trades and trade your plan. So make a plan, set parameters, specific price points or deviations from fair value or whatever you feel is best. Like, it does not make logical sense to me to say, oh, I just want to double my money. Right? I know. Technical difficulties. If you say, I just want to double my money, then it isn't actually like feasible or practical, because two reasons. One, it might not happen. And because of that, and because you're not doing research, and because you're just, guns blazing, throwing dollars into Bitcoin, then you're likely to get burned. Okay, if you're a more risk-on person, younger person, you have more time in your life, good health, no concerns, then you don't mind that usually. If you're a Bitcoin hodler, you're going to go for the long term. You're going to figure out, what amount to invest works for you so that you don't feel stressed and you are actively saving appropriately for the lifestyle you want to create, etc. All these details need to be considered. Then you need to trade in accordance to that. So, a hodler strat is going to be buy and hold Bitcoin in cold storage. Full maxi, full decentralized, buy Bitcoin, hold cold storage. A little less maximalist and less decentralized focused, you might hold your coins on Nexo, Celsius, BlockFi, some of these service providers that give you yield in a centralized way where there's some degree of assurance and guarantee, as well as you don't have to hold your own keys. You can just provide your photo ID to a corporate, publicly traded, centralized entity that has legal assurances that they're not there to steal your identity. There's that degree of security and peace of mind, and you're earning yield on your Bitcoin. Great. That's the next level up. And then, when you're getting more out on the risk curve, then you're including more ETH in your portfolio. So identify what it is that you're needing to do. Bitcoin's your college fund for your kids. Cool. Okay, then buy a little bit when they're born, or throughout their life, bit by bit, and then just hold it on cold storage. Cool. But if you're here for the cycle and you're here for the swing and the trades, then you need to have specific price targets set, and you need to have, even if they're ambitious, but have like high limit orders set and maybe ladder them out at certain price targets that you believe in, so that you're in the line to have your order filled, so that you are ready, so that, you know, hey, you get slammed at work one day, but Bitcoin is peaking, and you just don't even have the time to look at the chart and price because you're going about living your life. Then if you had that limit order set and you had that price target set and you thought about these things, even if you're dubiously speculating, okay, I'm going to set a sell order of 0.1 Bitcoin at $100,000 and then forget about it. You know, that might be a strategy for you, but it's a way to be taking actions that will execute and make sure that there's a sale, that there's profit gain, etc. So there's many different ways to do it, but I'm not really going into I'm talking about many different strategies and ideas, but I'm not breaking down strategies and ideas. I'm just emphasizing, why are you here? Why are you doing this? Do you believe in this stuff, or are you a sheep? And I don't mean that disrespectfully. You can be a peaceful, beautiful, loving sheep, but you can be a sheep who's not listening to yourself. And I think that's where we go wrong, where we get into trouble because we believe this leader, this person, this individual, without also considering and referring to our internal guidance. And that guidance internally, whether it's intuition, a feeling, a gut feeling, a sense, whatever that is, I believe that one of the biggest causes of being a victim is not taking responsibility and engaging or employing those faculties, which we have. So I think that's it, and I want to just send you off with a lot of love and peace, and I hope you keep hodling if you're a hodler. I hope you're making gains if you're a trader, and we'll see you next time. Wish you well.